What is up, friends, YouTube motorcycle enthusiasts? This is Accelerate coming at you with a mod update vid for my 2017 300RR. Stick around. All right, guys, I am out here at North Carolina Motorsports Park, getting it in with some trails. My beta is back. I have finished the mod update. I told you guys that the beta's been down for a while. I haven't really been revealing too much of what I've been doing. So I'm gonna go down the list of mods. We're gonna go for a ride, and then we'll talk about what my first impressions and overall, do I think these mods were worth it? Am I happy with what I decided to do? So first and foremost, I sent my suspension off to AMP, that's All Motor Performance in Montana, to Aaron, and he revalved and sprung the bike. I actually bought the springs and sent them to him, but the bike's been revalved, forks and shock, and then sprung front and rear for my weight. Now it is sprung on the softer side based on the type of riding, and valved based on the type of riding that I said I wanted to do, which is, you know, a lot of single track and hard enduro. So that's what, you know, more hard and I want to lean towards hard enduro because that's what I want to ride this bike and the type of stuff I want to do, but also ride harder single track. So that's what he set it up, and that's what he did. So the next thing you'll notice is that I have different bars. I went with in my battle for carpal tunnel and arm pump, I decided to go reached out to Fast Company for some flex handlebars. So if you guys haven't heard of flex bars, they're really designed to supposedly reduce the strain on your wrists and hands. So they have that elastomer in there that adds a cushion, both compression and rebound in the bars. So I wanted to give them a try. Also with that, I added the their insert for the handlebar ends, and as well as the BRP mounts to work with my Cyker probe ends. So these turned out great. I'm really liking these. So there's the flex handlebars. I wanted to give them a try. The next thing you'll notice is that my P-TEC is gone. So my P-TEC is gone. I decided to put the Enduro Engineering base skid plate back on, the one that Gary had put on the bike whenever I purchased it from Barnstormers. And then I'm running no guard, no cover, letting that pipe shine, and we'll see how it goes. And then another major mod that I did was I changed the gearing. So now I went to a 13 in the front, which is what it was before, but a 52 in the rear. So a 52 in the rear basically went up 2 teeth. I was running 1350, so now I'm 1352, and lower gearing overall. The last thing that I did was I added a race harness. Thank you, Ryan, my buddy with his 16 300RR. He hooked me up with his race harness. And then I removed the Trailtech Vapor, and I'm running a basic Trailtech temperature and then hour meter. So reduced the wiring, simplified everything. I will make a note with the race harness is that I'm still running my fan. So my fan is still in use, but it's hook connected directly to the battery. So the bike, the suspension is at the stock, or what I would call the stock settings, from what Aaron set them up as. I haven't changed anything from the base settings that he sent, the forks and shock back. I set the sag to 38 mil static, and then it ends up being about 100 rider sag. So other than that, let's go for a ride, and I'll talk about what I think about these modifications. So the first thing I will talk about, I want to go to a harder loop over here. The first thing I'll talk about is the suspension, and wow, oh wow, I have nothing but good things to say about the suspension setup. I am blown away with how good it is. It is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I also didn't think I was ready, so I wanted to wait until, you know, I was better. I had more hours under my belt as a rider, and you know, I just want to make sure I was making the right choices. Whee! I don't really know where I'm going. So I am extremely blown away with how much different the suspension is. With it being sprung and valved for what I'm doing, man, I gotta say, guys, it's one of those things where everybody told me that the suspension would be worth it. It would be worth the wait, it'd be worth the money and the time to send it off. And man, they were right. It was one of those things that I held off to do, like I said, but once I did it, I'm so glad I did. This was really a great investment for me as a rider and for the bike. So I got nothing but good things to say about Aaron at AMP. This is a little bit of a skid plate dragger there. Nothing but good things to say. The customer service was excellent, and the product that I received was excellent. Aaron knows his stuff, and I will continue. Those logs will get you. I will continue to use Aaron for my suspension. So next, let's talk about the flex bars. The flex bars, I'm loving them, guys. This is really one of those things where I don't feel like I went wrong. I'm noticing less arm pump. Is it night and day? No, it's not. Is it helping? Yes, it is. And overall, the bend of the bars and the way they feel, I'm really liking them. I'm really liking this setup. With the blue and yellow elastomers in place, I think I'm going to stay there for a little while until I find that I don't want to, you know, that I want to run something different. So if I do change it up, I will definitely let you guys know, you know, during a vid or something, that I moved some stuff around with how I configured the bike. So next we have is the gearing. The gearing on this thing is awesome. I am freaking loving 1352. I wish I would have done it sooner, but at the same time, my bike wasn't ready for sprockets and chain just yet. And I was still learning, but the gearing now, second gear is so usable, and third is just lug central. I'm trying to follow the quote hard loop arrows, but I don't know. I think you can say turn left. Yeah. I mean, it's already a 302 stroke. I will say that with the change of the gearing, I did turn in the power valve a little bit. I was running flush power valve, which, as you guys know, is just rip it, instant power as soon as possible. So I did turn it in. I went 3 turns in, and it's perfect right now. Like the luggability and the overall feel is exactly what I like. First has got some real grunt. That's second right here. So The gearing is, for what I like to ride, tighter stuff for this bike, fantastic. It's also got a 6-speed wide ratio, so I don't feel like I'm going to be giving anything up if I get into more open stuff. So yeah, the gearing. Next we can talk about is the race harness and the you know, the removal of the Trail Tech Vapor. Now, this is not really a power mod, as you guys know. It's just one of those things that it's rider preference, maintainer preference. I like a leaner setup. I still wanted to keep my coolant temp, especially since the hose was already cut and the sensor was in place. Buying the basic temperature readout, the little readout indicator, was too easy. I didn't even have to do anything, just plug it in. I did crack the screen, torquing it down, so I will give props to Trail Tech. I called them up and I said, hey, my screen cracked. I got like 0.1 hours on this thing, and they hooked me right up, guys. They said no problem. Oh, hey, and by the way, because I sent them a picture, careful torquing those screws down when you mount it. And I kind of, it dawned on me that more than likely I put a little too much pressure on it. But what great customer service. They too will have my business. I will not be buying cheap hour meters and cheap indicators anymore for dirt bikes. I had a Tusk on the YZ250FX. It reset itself at 11 hours. So the YZ125X has a works connection from the previous owner, and it seems to be doing well. So we'll see how it holds out. Oh yeah. I need to adjust my clutch. It's right at the end. So yeah, the last thing that I did that I didn't mention in the beginning of the video was I repacked my muffler, my Turbine Stealth, FMF Stealth, Q Stealth, not a Turbine Stealth, a Q Stealth, and I absolutely love that pipe. I don't think I'll own a 2-stroke 300 without that pipe on it. In fact, I kind of want to see if they make one for the 125, even though it has that shorty on there. I really like that pipe, this pipe. It's got a nice mellow tone. It's not twangy. It's a little bit more civilized, but it still sounds really good. So I got nothing but good things to say there about the repack. I'm really happy with it. The oil was, you know, it was saturated. It had over 100 hours. It was time. So it was definitely time. All right, guys, that wraps up my mods for the which way is this thing going? My mods for the Beta 300 RR 2017. I gotta say, I'm absolutely ecstatic about everything that I did. I don't regret anything. I'm loving the flex bars, the suspension, the gearing. We'll see if I end up loving my pipe getting beat up, because I'm a total noob still, but we'll see. I'm loving it. I hope you guys got something from it. Maybe leave a comment down in the description if you want to know more information about any of the mods that I did, or any of the companies that hooked me up here. Then leave them down in the description. I'll answer what I can. Just so you guys know, I'm not affiliated with anybody. I don't have links or discounts or anything like that. I'm just a dude that rides and recommends the people that and products that I go with. So I don't, you know, there's no kickbacks here. I have a day job, so I don't ride for a living, unfortunately. But hope you guys get out there, get on 2 wheels, and ride a dirt bike. This is Accelerate once again, signing off.